Spectacular with Norma B, and I am so excited to have you guys with us because we have such an international actor, winning award, actor for best actor. Why, my goodness. And then also you're executive producer for Sangre Negra.
Yes.
Yes, so welcome. Really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me. I love it here. Get out of the house.
I know, right? I know. After COVID, it was nice to be out with people. But thank you so much for being here.
Oh,
but at the same time, everybody wants to know who Antonio McKAY is because where does the name come from, Antonio McKAY?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Okay, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Okay. I was born, my actual name is, I hate it.
Oh.
Yeah, but my parents' name is, I never changed it legally,
Uh-huh.
but my actual first name is Norman.
Norma. Hey, my name is Norma.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that sounds better. I'm like, Norman, I was like, I had a hard time growing up. Anyway,
Like Norman.
But, yeah. But,
You have a second name or just Norman?
No, Antonio McLaughlin.
Norman Antonio, okay.
Yeah, so I just switched it around because I liked how it sounded.
I
It's
like the
more
Antonio.
dashing, yes.
Yeah, it's like.
And I like Antonio Banderas, so
Is that why you took Antonio?
that's one of the reasons. Yeah.
Okay.
I always liked him because he had a flair. He has a flair. for
Yeah,
the acts.
exactly. Yeah.
And I always appreciate actors who can give more than just a good acting performance. The fact that he can give just a flamboyant, noticeable, you
Yeah.
remember it.
Yeah,
So that's what I like.
exactly.
I like those kind of actors.
Yeah. So tell us about your upbringing a little bit, so
Oh, okay.
people can know about you.
All right, well, I was born in Chicago, and Chicago, Illinois, very cold,
Yeah.
very windy,
Yeah.
and I wanted to get out of there as quickly as possible. However, my dad is Jamaican, so I went to high school in Jamaica.
Oh, wonderful.
So I learned to live in the Caribbean. So I was
So you know
living
how
like-
to reggae?
Yeah, I know how to reggae. I know how to talk patois and everything. Everything. I can do all that
nice.
stuff.
Okay.
So I lived there for like 4 years, and I went back to Chicago to go to college.
Okay.
I went to Loyola University.
Here in Los Angeles?
No, in
Chicago. Oh,
yeah.
there's another Loyola.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I was Loyola all over the place. And then I was going to go to law school, but I took a switch because in college I took an acting class, and I found out I was real good at it, so I took another one. So I took about 4 acting classes in college, and I was just really good at it, so I decided to go for my graduate
Acting?
degree in
Oh,
theater
wonderful.
at Columbia. So
Okay. Wow.
And there you
So
go.
after you finished school, what did you do?
look for a job.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that.
No, the first
No,
thing,
I mean,
that's good. 'Cause
yeah.
The first thing I decided, okay, if you want to make it as an actor, especially when I was growing at that moment, New York or Los Angeles.
Okay.
So the first thing I wanted to do was try New York because I had a friend in New York,
Okay.
and he booked me on a soap opera.
Oh, wonderful.
It was called Another World. I think it's done. It's like most soap operas are done now. But anyway, I was on there for about 6 weeks.
Okay.
I played a gang leader. It was a fun part. And so I got paid pretty well. So I said, okay, I'll just wait till the next job. And 6 months of waiting for the next job, and then it started to get really cold. And I realized something. I said, wait a minute, maybe the next job, as the money starts to go down, because New York is very expensive, as you know. And I said, you know what, if I'm going to starve, I'd rather starve in someplace warm. So let me go to Los Angeles.
So you moved to LA?
That's exactly what happened. So,
Well,
there you go.
yeah, I mean, the weather here in LA is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like you said, you might as well, if you're not going to be working,
Yeah,
might as well enjoy the
exactly.
weather. You can go to the
Could always go to the
beach.
beach.
You
get
can go to the
suntan.
mountains.
Yeah,
I mean,
have
everything
fun.
is so close. So when you got to LA, what was the transition between New York and here?
Oh, well, the first thing was the pace is totally different. Everybody's more laid back in Los Angeles, and the vibe is a lot more easygoing. But don't let anybody fool you. There are as many sharks in Los Angeles as they are in New York.
Okay.
Just that they're not as obvious about it. So basically, I had to figure out who was who and what was what, and I made some contacts. Luckily for me, I knew some actors out there who had been doing okay. They introduced me to an agent, and my first two agents were two little old ladies who lived in the valley.
Okay.
And they were the best agents. They were just only the two of them, but they pushed me and worked me, and I was working for them. I got cast in a lot of early stuff.
Because you have a different look.
Yeah,
you know?
different look, right.
So it's
but at that time, it was like I came in right when the whole like Miami Vice, MTV,
like
Prince,
Don
Michael
Johnson,
Jackson,
yeah,
and all
okay.
that. Philip Michael Thomas, all those guys were really hot. Those so-called pretty boys were really hot. So I worked a lot.
Well, and you do an impersonation for Michael Jackson, right?
That was my side gig. Side gig that turned into a full-time gig, actually. I worked
really?
for Legends in Concert. I did Michael Jackson and Prince.
Oh, I
So
love
I
Prince.
did both of
Okay, I
those
love
things.
both of them, but Prince,
Yeah.
he's wow, you know.
Yeah, that was how I kept the food on the table for a long time until in between the acting gigs. So, yeah, I went to Vegas. I went all over the world doing it. So it was fun.
Impersonating Prince and Michael Jackson?
All over the place.
Wow.
China, Japan, Australia, New Zealand.
So
Germany.
what was the pivotal point for you to say, hey, you know what, you know, I'm good at it, like you said, you know, you went to New York, you came here to LA, but then, you know, you started working, impersonating Michael Jackson and Prince, and then how did you make the transition from that?
To go back to acting?
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of like I saw there's a ceiling to me. It's almost like if you're a dancer or, you know, you see there's only so far you can go.
So far you can go.
Before you start to, there's a lot of impersonators who, for instance, I know a lot of Marilyn Monroe's, and Marilyn died at 36, and they're like 76. It's kind of hard to pull it off. Some of them do a good job.
Well, you look pretty good.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Thank
I
you.
mean, you have a really nice skin.
Oh, thank you.
You
But,
do.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to get out before I don't have it, you know, so I decided I got to go back, even though I was making a lot of money, I just had to take the plunge and go back into it. I was in Canada for a while till I went back to
So
Canada.
that's where you won the award?
And then when I was there, I got a lot of acting work over there, so I decided it was time for me to come back here. I just concentrated on the acting.
Wonderful,
And then
wonderful.
It's a whole different situation because
Yeah.
you're starting all over again.
All over again.
Because all the casting people are different, all the agents are different, all the.
So you have to make new connections. So is that when you decided to start writing and producing your own shows?
Oh wow, now that's a really good question. She does her homework. I love this. Okay. What happened was, okay, now they have a saying in Los Angeles called hip pocketing. Agents will hip pocket another actor if they already represent one. Basically as a favor to the other actor. So I was friends with this young lady who, I'm not going to say who it was, but she's fairly well known. And she was with Endeavor, which is William Morris Endeavor now, but at that time they were just Endeavor. So I got hip pocketed with them. And so now they were representing me. And I told you I had two little ladies, and then now I'm with the biggest agency.
Yeah,
So it was like all of a sudden things change. And you'll find when you're with a big agency, the good thing is you never really have to go to the usual casting calls or anything. Usually you go straight to the producer or straight to the director because they want somebody. In other words, say somebody wants Brad Pitt. But if I'm at the same agency as Brad Pitt, they'll say, okay, we'll give you Brad,
Brad Pitt and I give
but
you somebody
gotta
else.
take this other guy
Yeah.
too. So a lot of those. So I got,
That's interesting that you're saying that, you know, because a lot of people don't know that. And I think
Yeah.
it's very good that, you know, that we're talking about this because if we're educating our audience and, you know, so
The
they
actors,
know
young actors,
that, the young actors, because, you know, I mean, a lot of times when I have a guest, it's the same thing. It's like, okay, what do you tell the new not agents, I was going to say agents, the new actors that are coming into Hollywood and they want to become this and that and they just think, oh, I'm really pretty, I'm really handsome. Right. But beyond that, you have to have some education. You have to work in your craft.
You have to know the business also. It's a business. Yeah. And you can
See, that's a good thing that you're saying that. It is a business, Yes, we're doing this because we love it, but at the same time, you have to know how to promote yourself.
And if you can be the most talented, the best looking, everything you got going, and you may still wind up not ever getting a job because it's the way, a lot of times, it's who you know and how you network and who your agent is, like we said, and a lot of luck.
That is so true, yeah.
So it's hard sometimes. I know a lot of actors who just get frustrated and go back home. And they were good actors. So they may have quit. If they had kept it up one more day, they might have got something. But whenever you stop, you stop. You know? So what happened was I got cast in a TV series, and as this guy's another big star, John Stamos. He had a TV series. Yeah, he had a TV series.
Who doesn't love John Stamos?
Yeah, he had a TV series called what was it called? Jake in Progress. And I was cast in that series. And the night before, I was supposed to play his best friend. The night before, when we were in wardrobe, I got a call from my manager saying that he was going to meet me at the set. Producers wanted to talk to us, which is fine, because we had already signed the contract and everything. And we go into the producer's office, and he said, well, I got a little bit of bad news for you guys. They decided to go into a different direction. I was like, what, a different direction? This is the director talking to me now. I said, yeah, it's not my choice. It's not John's choice, but they have somebody they want to put in, and they think that you're too distracting. I'm like, oh, okay.
Distracting?
Distracting.
Why? Because of your appearance?
Because of my appearance. So and then I had dreadlocks and everything. But it was working for the character. That's why they cast me. But they decided to go a totally different direction because they want John to be John. They're like, he's John Stamos. What am I going to do? But so basically they replaced me with a Caucasian guy, very good actor, chubby, and more funny kind of comical thing. So that's where they went. But they paid me. That's good. So I made a nice living, but I never shot anything. And the series got canceled after 7 episodes. So
oh, really?
Okay, yeah.
See, this is the ugly part of the business that nobody talks about it. And I think it's so, it's great that you're talking about it because, we all think that this is all glamorous and fun and, yes, the walk of fame and, there's a lot of rejection, Somebody was
90% rejection.
Exactly. Somebody was saying, I already know. I already have that no. How can I make it to a yes?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, and that was the first stage. The second thing that happened to me was, remember the movie Twilight, right?
Yeah, of course.
I was up for one of the vampires, and one of the lead vampires, actually. And it came down to me and this other guy. And we both were.
You would be a perfect vampire.
Yeah, I know. Is that a compliment? Okay.
No, because to be a vampire, you have to have a certain look.
Yes,
and
true.
And so I think you have.
Well, good. I will take it as compliment. I like vampires actually.
Yeah, no, I would love to do a vampire movie.
Yeah, I know. Those are great. Remember the one with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt?
Oh, definitely. That's
a great movie.
That's a legendary movie.
Yeah, that was a great movie. Antonio Banderas is in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we were up for Twilight, this role, and the director and the producer came to us and he said, "Okay, you guys, I don't know which one you got. We're gonna take one of you guys. So don't worry about it. We're gonna call your agents." So a week went by, 2 weeks went by. We didn't hear anything. So I figured the other guy got the role, right? So about a month later, I saw him at another audition
Uh-huh.
because we auditioned for a lot of the same things. So I said, "Hey, congratulations! I guess you got the role." He said, "No, I didn't get it. I thought you got it."
Oh,
So neither one of us got it.
so who ended up getting it?
Later on, we found out they had wanted this guy, but he was busy at the time, and he was
Oh,
a
and he
friend
became
of
available.
the director. He became available, so they just took him after telling us that one of us was going to get the role.
Wow.
And then not telling us. So after that happened, after those two things happened, actually it happened in reverse order. The Twilight thing happened first, then the John Stamos thing. Then I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna start writing and my own stuff and producing my own stuff because that way I can know that I'm not gonna fire myself. Unless I do a really terrible
That'd be
job.
really bad if you did that.
Right, it's gonna be a terrible job.
So,
But that was the show. Now this is supposed to come out in 2018, but of course, pandemic messed us up. So they're going to reverse and make it 2021.
So this is what is called Sangre Negra, which is black blood. And wow, you have a lot of actors.
Yep.
Let's talk about that a little
Want
bit.
to talk about it?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's talk about it.
Okay. Let's start with ladies first, right?
Yeah, let's talk about the ladies.
The lovely Ariana Gomez.
Ooh, beautiful lady.
Cubana, yes. She plays the principal love interest.
Of you?
Me and my
Your brother.
Yes.
Yeah. Danny.
Danny. Yeah, you know Danny. There's
Yeah,
Danny
I know.
Arroyo.
Yeah.
So, she's caught between the two of us.
So it's a love triangle?
Love triangle. He's the quote good guy. He's a cop, and I'm the bad guy. I'm a mobster. And then of course we have our father, A.C.T.R.A. Everybody knows who A.C.T.R.A is,
Of course.
right?
Yeah.
Chips. And then the older brother, Ricardo Herranz, very handsome young man from. He's from Venezuela. He was starring in Estrella. Remember Secretos?
Of course. I did an episode with him.
He did one. Okay, so you know who he is.
Yeah.
Right. And then we have Robert Miano. Robert Miano is a very great actor. He was in a movie called Donnie Brasco.
Oh, Donnie
with-
Brasco,
with,
yeah, of
Johnny
course.
Depp
Yeah.
and Al Pacino. So, the series, the pilot episode was done in 2018. And then we shut down for a while.
Well, we all did.
Everybody shut down for a while. And now, so all the 8 episodes are now complete. And we're going to be on Amazon Prime, I would say June. June, we're going to be on Amazon Prime. Hopefully you'll have us back so we can talk about it.
Yeah, there you go. How do you come up with this story?
Storyline?
Yeah.
Well, my producing partner, and he's also the director of the show, excellent director,
Pinnock?
Frank, right? He and I were sitting down trying to figure out, we got to film something because we had another project we were doing, and in the last minute again, financing fell through. So he said, we got to film something. Let's just film a web series, okay?
So that's how it started, right?
That's how it
Like a
started.
web
Yeah,
series.
started a
Okay.
web series. And he said, what's your favorite show when you were little, growing up? I said, my favorite show is, because it brought my family together, we all used to watch Dallas every Friday night.
Okay.
And his was so I said, what's yours? He said, The Sopranos. I said, okay. So let's
combine
the two.
Dallas
Yeah,
and Sopranos.
Exactly. But we're going to use Latinos in France. I said, okay, great. So that's basically how it started. So we figured out we had a family, instead of a rich Texas oil family, we had a rich Latino family, right? And one brother was bad, was me. Another brother was good, was Danny. Another brother was kind of in the middle. He saw both sides of things and he could arrange. And so we worked with that concept. Sort of like Bonanza, too. Something about the 3 brothers always seems to work. So.
Oh, yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
No, I know. I mean, I saw some of your episodes on Tubi.
Oh, good. Okay, so you pretty much know. That's good.
I think I saw first season.
First 4, yeah?
Yeah, first 4,
Okay,
yeah.
next-
And then I was
coming up.
waiting for the others, and I'm like, wait, what
I know,
happened,
exactly.
you know?
Got shut down. But we're coming back.
That's
all of them are going to be on Amazon Prime, all 8.
Okay.
Plus some behind the scenes stuff. more
I
surprises.
think, it's just so amazing, now that we have all these streaming channels that if you're, like you started with one and then now you were in Amazon Prime.
Right.
And I think it's, sometimes things happen for a reason.
Exactly.
I believe that,
Exactly.
And so if Tubi didn't work out, but you know what, hey, you're with a bigger and
Bigger
better.
one now, right,
Well, I don't
exactly.
want to say bigger and better,
Yeah, we
but
should
it
say,
is.
Everybody knows about Amazon. That's true.
You
Everybody
know,
knows about
so,
Amazon,
yeah.
And we're hoping we can make it more international, and we're actually gonna start filming another season. So that would be, keep your fingers crossed for that.
No,
Yeah,
okay, good,
so-
good. So besides that, what else are you working on?
I'm also working on now. There's a movie that I wrote a few years ago. That was remember I said something. The financing fell through.
Yeah.
That's why we started doing Sangre Negra. So I want to go back to that, sort of updating it, and it's about a singing group when there's a murder within the singing group. Whoops, don't fall. I have to be a
I know.
knight in shining armor. And that's gonna be the next one. We're working on that.
Oh, that's
So-
awesome. That's pretty cool.
And whatever else is gonna happen. I wanted to do something on Zorro. I wanted to do a different kind of movie about Zorro, but the rights to Zorro,
Oh no, yeah, that's super expensive.
just the rights to $400,000. I said $400,000.
I can write a whole.
Yeah, I can do a movie off of that.
Yeah.
I'll pay you guys $400,000. So
Yeah, no, yeah.
I had to
is so
shut that
true.
down for a
Yeah,
little bit, but-
Yeah. Well, that's amazing,
things.
and I really appreciate you being here with us.
Oh, this was fun.
Because I mean, especially now that pandemic is done,
Mm-hmm.
and now we can go kind of normal. We still have to wear our stuff, but at
Yeah.
the same time, it's just amazing that you're such an inspiration for a lot of people
Oh,
that
thank you.
are not working, and
Mm-hmm.
that start want to working. Well, you know what? Start writing your own stuff.
Yeah.
I mean. And I think it's just amazing. So thank you so
Don't
much.
give up. That's the main thing. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it, because I heard plenty of that.
Yeah. So that's something that you will say to everybody.
Yes.
Don't give up.
Don't give up. If you really believe it, and if you don't see yourself doing anything else, I always tell people that too. If there's anything else you say, but if I don't be an actor, I could be this, then be that.
Yeah.
Because unless you want to devote all your time to this, because you're going to go through a lot of strife.
Yeah. A lot
But
of dry.
if you really believe in it, then you're eventually going to make it. I truly believe that.
Yeah. And I think also, get together with people that are doing the same thing that you're
Yeah.
doing it.
Yes, get a good team.
Exactly, because a lot of times it's like, you start doing something and then you get distracted and you go this way and then you go there. Especially
Yes.
here in LA. I mean, it's so easy to
Oh
get
yeah, it's very
distracted.
distracting. place.
Because there's so many things to do, but at the same time, if you just stay focused and you stay in your lane, I think you're doing really good.
And make sure everybody's on your side. If they're not on your side, then you have to
Put them out.
Yes. That means boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
They've got to be. If they're not with you, then you're gonna have a problem anyway. Because right away somebody is trying to say, well, I don't really believe in your dream because it's affecting me. So it's got to be. If that person's with you and believes in you
Yeah.
as much as you do, then there's no way you're gonna fail.
Yeah,
And if that person thinks, then you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, I totally agree with
Yeah.
you. I mean, I didn't think about it when you
Yeah.
said it. I'm like, wait, what? But now that you said it, I was just like, yeah,
you
you're
got
right, because if the
That's the
person,
team.
yeah, because if you're with a person and that person doesn't believe in you, it's like.
Yeah, why are you with them?
I mean, okay, so
mean, there's a lot of different things,
I
right?
know, let's be kind of like, it's like, if you were someone that you really, really love, but then they didn't approve of what you're doing,
Right.
would you not be with that person?
Well, I can speak from
From your
from
heart?
personal. I've been with people who weren't that way,
Yeah.
and I stayed with them, but I wasn't happy. So
yeah.
then, because in the back of your mind, if you have this drive and this desire to do something, but you're depressing it because you don't want to upset the person you're with, then something's wrong. You're supposed to be free just as she's free. you know, to pursue her dreams, and for us both to pursue our dreams together.
That's a really interesting point of view, you know, because a lot of times we don't think about it. Like, you know, I mean, I didn't really think about it until you mentioned it, and it's like, that is so true.
Especially
you know?
if you're an actor or an actress,
well,
and you have to do love scenes. All this, and people like, it's
can't take it.
Yeah, they can't take it. And if you're, now they say, well, just get with another actor. Yeah, that's good, but that has another problem, because then competitions, it's always something. It just has to be somebody who's just, you know.
Do you think, you know, talking about having like a love scene and all that stuff, do you think that you could fall in love with someone that you're working with?
Oh yeah, it happens all the time. I don't know if you call it fall in love, sometimes fall in lust, but I've dated some
of your co-stars?
Some of my co-stars, yeah.
And then how did that end up?
I married one of them.
Oh, you did?
I got divorced. But, you know, that's what happens.
Okay. So I didn't find a lot of personal stuff. I found a lot of professional.
Oh, yeah.
But
I try to keep the personal out. But,
no, I think, but it's good that we're talking about this because, you know, I mean, like sometimes I don't think about it. I guess I'm so gullible sometimes that I'm just like, ooh, everything is, you know, butterflies and, you know.
I remember when the whole Bill Cosby thing came up, everybody was so shocked.
You weren't?
I wasn't. No, because I knew Cosby and I know a lot of the girls he had been. I know a lot of stuff, but it just was so. It's like an open secret, but to the rest of the world, they saw him as Dr. Huxtable, and everything was fine. But you know, we kind of knew.
Yeah, I guess in the, you know, when you're in the entertainment business, you kind of know what's going on.
Stuff,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, that's true.
You know, a lot of skeletons. Some of them are still very well hidden, but you know, it's not as big a surprise as other people would think.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you know, I mean, sometimes I guess if that is happening to someone, you know, and it just happened to one person start talking about it, and then everybody else.
Yep, it's timing. Everything's timing.
Right?
Same thing been going on for years, but that year was the wrong. One guy, I think he was a comedian. He just said something about it.
Oh, yeah, the one that did it.
What's his name? Burris, I think.
Yeah. He did it right here on the comedy show.
Yeah,
the Comedy Factory.
And all of a sudden it took off. It had been heard about before, but nobody talked about it.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Timing.
So anything that you want to tell to your audience, you know, to look for you, to, you know, to follow you, where can they find you?
Well, you can go to the web page of Sangre Negra, www.sangrenegratheseries.com, and you can see all the logistics and what's going on with the show. And we have Instagram, Antonio McKAY Official, and Facebook, just Antonio McKAY. What else I want to say? And that's pretty much it. And look for the series coming out. I would say I'm hoping June. June of 2022.
Wonderful.
So.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you being here. And so please follow him. Follow his, you know, Sangre Negra, and follow Sangre Negra in Amazon Prime in June, and, you know, share it with everybody, all your friends, because remember, you know, from us to you, we want you guys to have a wonderful experience. And so thank you so much for coming. And thank you so much. I'm your host, Norma Bocco from LA Spectacular, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.